Oh my God, I had to start a new stream. Okay. I'm just waiting for people to jump in. I got kicked out of my own stream. I don't know how I did that. uh, I kicked myself out of my own stream. Ah, that's embarrassing. You kick yourself out of your own stream and you have a good conversation going. And I was trying to share. I was trying alibi. I was trying to share something, and I was like, I need to kick him off, right? And I'm like, I was like, no, no, I just ended my stream. What did I do? Oh my word, that's embarrassing. And Jet's mom's in the house. How are you doing? All right, I am not doing that again. Nope, I messed up. That's the first time I ever done that. Okay. All right. So where were we at again? Because that stressed me out, man. I wasn't even done with the stream. All right. If you want to come up, you can come up on panel and we can conversate. Anybody want to come up? So I'm not, you know, open panel, conversate, two people talking about anything. Oh, okay. You guys don't forget to hit them like buttons. Um, I don't have and for those of you who are new subscribers to the channel, thank you for joining. You know, I am I was guiding Diana through the whole process of how to operate and come up on StreamYard. Okay. So Jennifer, how are we doing, young lady? Oh, you missed it, Jennifer. You missed it. You missed it. I kicked myself off of a live stream and then had to restart it. That's why it says messed up. Okay. All right. Yeah, I did Carolina Moon. It was accidental. It wasn't intentional. I was trying to show something to somebody, and I'm up on panel, and it just kicked me. I'm like, all right, this is not cool. Well, at least I know that the banner I created works. That's cool. I didn't know that. Okay. That's fine. Carolina Moon. That's fine. I ain't mad at you. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, we got a person, my favorite person coming up.
No, stop it. Hello, my favorite person too. Hi.
So I can hear this young lady.
Oh, get the headset on. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, because I,
Right.
I, I have a mic.
Oh, got this. Yeah.
So
If
you got,
if you want to send me on Facebook what you wanted to share, I can help you present it.
well, I was trying to show people in chat how to come up on panel without their camera on.
Yeah. So it's actually what you do when you're signing on to StreamYard. And I think sometimes Mac and PCs are different. I'm not positive, but it's you just say turn off camera, and then what'll happen is you'll have like a little like I call it like the naked avatar. Here, I'll show you. This is what the naked avatar is. If I mean I'll stop my camera. That's my current avatar. That's my diva avatar. And but a naked avatar would just look like this. If you don't, sorry, my son's playing Fortnite and he's having an issue. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize. Everybody's okay. It's just Fortnite. Yeah. So this we call this like your nudie booty avatar, and what you can do from your PC is load pictures into your and then what so you'll have a little once you're up, you'll see the little three dots next to your figure in the bottom, and then you say edit avatar, and then I can be Jet's mom here. I can be Jet's mom here. I can be a beaver with Jesus. I can be a hippie. I can be this guy. Uh, like, usually I use this one, but um, yeah, you basically post the pictures up. It's super simple. It does take a second to figure out, so um, you know, it just be patient. I guess is what I'm trying to say. How was your day?
Oh, it was let's see, Tuesday. Tuesday. What did I do today? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely.
It's
I
just a
made my credit
Tuesday.
card payment, huh?
Just a Tuesday.
Just a Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yesterday, I had therapy.
Good.
Tomorrow, my caseworker comes over and we talk about my YouTube channel.
Okay.
because she's proud of me creating a channel to talk about mental health.
Well,
You know,
I mean, it's so perfect for everything and all your experiences that you shared. It fits very well with everything
I think she meant to say Jet's mom instead of
I know.
Jet.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. My channel was created because I was very sick for a while and I lost a parent young. And I wanted to have something so my son could watch and see me. But thank God things are looking better. So things are feeling better and getting better. And I keep meeting more amazing people like you. And I think he's so upset with Fortnite right now. I'm sorry if you guys hear that. It's really bad.
When I game him the same way.
You see, it's really hard for me because I play with him quite a bit, and I mean, I will. He knows not to be that way with me playing because I will just be like, okay, I'm done. Bye. I don't want to play with you anymore. I don't need. Bye. I told you my name, right?
Yes.
It's Don't Shoot Mom.
Yes.
I just chase him around and he gives me guns. And we just chase people and
Yes, Lisa.
I totally agree. You know what I call it? It's called baptism by fire. There is it's a powerful term in many ways. And it's kind of as if whatever it is that you've experienced that's been traumatic in your life, it creates something, unfortunately you can have things that affect like PTSD, huge, especially in men. And PTSD in men is usually takes years to diagnose. Is that I don't know if we've talked about that, but it can be difficult to diagnose when people are really struggling with that. It usually comes up more as anxiety before it's actually looked into as PTSD.
Oh yeah. A lot of people, especially men, don't understand how to handle anxiety or PTSD because like I have a few friends that are, veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first tell them that I have PTSD, they're like, "Did you serve?" And I said, "Before I answer that question, I'm going to tell you a story."
Mm-hmm.
I tell them my story. They're like, "No, you didn't serve." And I'm sorry that I even asked that question because we automatically assume that if you have PTSD, you were in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that PTSD is from a traumatic experience outside of the military because we automatically assume here in America that PTSD is military only. Way too much. PTSD can be from any traumatic situation. It is common within the military, yes, especially veterans.
I can't correct my comment.
Oh, fire.
I have a sticky finger, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, and and that's such a I think it's a very profound type of uh because that would make sense, especially a man of your stature and your size. Of course they would assume they might make assumptions like that. Not that there aren't people of all sizes in the military, but I could see, you can see where that would come from. But I mean, it's when you struggle with any sort of traumatic stress disorder, there's different spectrums, right? It Unfortunately, it can create all kinds of different types of behaviors, and men and women have different types of behavior patterns around stress disorders. They have a different pattern, so you can see a lot of men going in one area one way or the other way. It's pretty intense. It's very intense.
Yep.
um, and
know,
it's, it's military. I have I would say I have 5 good friends that I can just think of right off the top of my head who are military, and every single one of them has issues, and it's intense. Some of it's from what they've seen, and some of it is from what they've just been pushed through, going through that process. It's no joke. The nice thing with the military is you do get your, hopefully you're able to use their mental health systems, and my understanding is it is getting better.
Just gonna say hi to a few people that popped in. Okay, Marina, I see you made it. Christina, good seeing you here. Sissy, I see you made it in. It's good seeing you. This is my second live this evening because I messed up on my other live, but now I'm back. That's the reason why this one is called Messed Up, because I kicked myself out the other live, so I had to create a new one. And some of you who weren't there in the first one finally made it in. And I'm happy you guys are here. And some of you know the person I have up on panel with me is Jet's mom. So, yes. Welcome, everybody. We are talking about PTSD amongst men. And Jet's mom is opening soda.
I'm sorry, I had to get a soda and let the dog out and get some ice.
I'm just
I did a quick run around the house in 30 seconds.
Hey, Marina, Diana was asking about you. She was worried. So, Diana, Marina is here. Oh, is that a Coke Zero? Jennifer asked.
No, oh gosh, no, I don't do any sort of diet soda. We've been having trouble getting ginger ale, and I have to have ice with my ginger ale. So I have to have ice. So I have our ice maker, of course, isn't working, so I had to go upstairs and use that one. And so, yeah. No, but I love that. I love that I love how you have a focus for men's. Well, I think your overall topic's mental health. It doesn't.
Yeah, because
genres for talking about men's mental health, and it's huge. It's huge. My husband has an anxiety issue, and I'm very proud of him because he went and got help for it. And
help is very important.
And he's not a talker. I think that's a good thing that you say you go to therapy too. My husband's not a talker in therapy. It's always been kind of like, I'm not very good at it either. But I don't know. I mean, I do admire my husband in the sense that if he needed to get help, he'd get it. And that's huge too, is admitting that there's something you need to work on,
Okay, Jennifer, I have a question. Did you say the soda was called Yum? Oh, Starry. It's Starry, Stary. She asked you if you've tried Starry.
No, I haven't.
She said it smells like ginger ale, yet tastier like Sprite or 7 Up.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I'll have to take a look for it. I've never seen it before. Um, I'm on the West Coast, so I'll keep an eye out for it. You know, I also like are these the flavored waters. Those sorry, can you hear my kid in the background, guys? Everything's fine.
It's hilarious.
No one's dying, just so you know. He's like, what did I do? What did I do? Now he's screaming. I don't know. No one's being hurt. He's playing Fortnite. Oh.
So Lisa, I take Lamictal. Just so you know, I take that one.
They don't prescribe much Xanax anymore, I've noticed.
It's not good.
They used to. It was kind of a joke back in the day. I'd go when I was in college. I'd go to the psychiatrist, and then I'd walk out of there with a bag full of, ADHD meds, Xanax, sleeping pills. I mean, it was like they just handed everything to you back then.
They call them candy. It's the reason why I won't touch
barbiturates.
It's a
benzos.
Yeah, Xanax is no. I would not take the prescription for it. Yes. Lisa, it's probably a good thing he doesn't take it because it would change him.
They gave me diazepam. Does that sound correct? For anxiety, they'd give me a prescription of that, and I was having panic attacks at certain points, and then I went to a lot of therapy, and that helped. I was having major panic attacks. And then it's like it really feels like the world's falling up, like around you, like everything's just falling around you. It feels like you're gonna die. And they gave me this medication, and then I guess I took too much of it. I took like the whole prescription in like a matter of days. I didn't listen to the dosage because it wasn't working. I was still having a panic attack. I just wanted something, whatever. I was used to something more like Xanax at the time. And they won't prescribe that anymore, apparently. But it's interesting. Then I had withdrawal from that. Just that one bottle of medication, I had withdrawal issues. I didn't know what that was, but it felt like, it was bad. It felt really awful because I had taken too much, and then I didn't have any more of it. So I don't know. Those medications are scary to me. But I know they're needed. I don't know. I think I'm more of a grasp on it now, I suppose. Yeah, it is the same class of the two drugs. I didn't have an addiction. It was only one. It wasn't an addiction, like withdrawal addiction. It was just a physiological response to it. And that scared me enough to stay away from it, from my body type.
See, Seroquel is bad.
Seroquel? I've heard that.
If you miss one day, it is the worst feeling your body feels in the world. It's like going through withdrawals.
Mm-hmm. Is Seroquel a medication? That's a medication for depression?
Yeah, bipolar, PTSD, anxiety, it helps with all that, right?
And we're not medical professionals, so we're speaking just from our own experiences and things that we've experienced. So everybody do your own research, speak to your doctors, talk to them about medications. Everybody's body biology is different.
Yes.
And certain medications, that's why it's such, mental health is so scary, because when it comes to like medicating, when you're really struggling, it can be very difficult to find the right balance of medications for certain issues. On some issues, there is no medication for. You just have to do the therapy to find the right kind of therapist. You have to find the right kind of therapist that knows what they're doing in certain types of therapy. And there's all kinds of ways to look at getting help. Sometimes, I mean, I'm a big proponent of going different avenues too. Less on the therapeutic side, more on the life coaching side for a lot of people. I think there's a lot of research or holistic side. Some people might call it holistic approach. There's a lot to be said. I mean, they can't really do studies on it because it's kind of more of like an interpretive, intuitive session for many people with different therapists and practitioners. I don't know if they're called therapists. I guess they'd be called healers.
Oh, what?
Life
What? Hold on. Lisa said, have any of you guys tried medical marijuana root? Okay. They started ketamine therapy at the hospital I work at. What?
Ketamine therapy is actually incredibly, the research behind it is fantastic. You can just go look up ketamine studies, and they're finding excellent ketamine studies for pain management as a huge one. People that have had, unfortunately, when you're in chronic pain, their opiate addiction is super strong next to that. And they're finding ketamine is like one of the ways that people can slowly heal from that, as well as I believe that the last study I read was post-traumatic stress and ketamine usage. And ketamine is a horse tranquilizer, I think. I mean, I think it's a tranquilizer, right?
I believe so.
I think so. I may be incorrect. I should probably look that up. Shoot.
But yes.
I mean, microdosing with shrooms. Have you heard about that?
Yes, it's used on horses.
I'm sorry. I don't know why that's liquid like pops in my head. I apologize. I don't want to sound ignorant on it, but I don't think
Lisa's like we use
I don't
it
think they give you a horse dosage of ketamine. I don't think that's. I don't know the protocol, but like,
I won't take anything that is known to be taken advantage of on the streets.
Yeah, and so the ketamine.
My medication, ain't nobody out there going and taking it on the streets as a street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go.
You're not going to go that route. I mean, you have a huge reason behind that, obviously, but like
yes.
like that's of course there. And I'm not saying go get some ketamine on, like try it. I mean, ketamine, you can go to the hospital. I mean, I imagine it's quite a process to get people to do it, but there are studies now being done for ketamine studies and certain medical issues.
I had a friend of mine that did that. Yeah, I got to be careful what I say.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to talk about certain things, and yeah, YouTube don't like it. No. But life coach, my thing with life coaches, right, is you don't need a certification to be a life coach.
Mm-mm. You don't.
So I could sit there and tell people I'm a life coach without having the certification of being a life coach. I think life coaches, from experience.
Well, and you end up bringing the people in. I mean, you're obvious. I get the feeling that you're already naturally doing this, so it's already kind of transpiring because you want to help people. Now, I mean,
Yes.
when you turn it into a business, that's where I think you can get different kinds of. There's all kinds of modalities to go into. I mean, if you want to work on certain populations of people, there's people that will help coach you into the proper, or it can share their experiences with you on what works for them and their clients, depending on the population you're interested in. I personally, I help usually well, I don't know if I'm allowed, can I say it? Like, I work with usually autistic families dealing with autism in their group, and I used to medically advocate with them. And generally speaking, it was families, Hispanic families, a lot. I would just help them work the system and help them like figure out how to get the resources, and then go to medical appointments for some of their children. And I had two families like that, not too recently, but this is a while ago. And then usually people that just don't have the availability fiscally to pay for this kind of stuff, I just go help them. So I just kind of did that as I worked weekends, so I had time during the week to help when I could, but I never did it as a job. I could never charge for it, for me. Um, that's a hard space sometimes when are coaching people. How do you define the space where you're like, okay, well, can I charge for this type of help? I don't know. I'm not sure I'd be able to at this point in time. But I have excellent recommendations.
So you're bilingual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So you can read it and speak it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And possibly teach it.
No. That would, maybe I could, but I guess, yeah, I could.
Especially.
I don't know. I mean, I substitute teach sometimes too, and I'm kind of like, meh. I mean, I like my kid. I like my kid. and I like some of your kids probably, but I just like my kid.
No, what I mean is, since you're bilingual, you could possibly teach grown adults how to speak Spanish fluently.
Oh, I mean, sure. I mean, I think there's better resources than me.
I'm just saying hypothetically.
I mean,
hypothetically. Like one of your friends came up to you and said, hey, can you give me some phrases to learn? So once they learn how to speak the phrases, then other words come naturally.
Honestly, if you've heard of Babbel, that is one of the best programs out there. I have this thing where I'm learning Chinese a little bit right now. I'm interested in it, and it's kind of interesting. I'm looking at taking an actual course at the college here the next semester, and I'm just kind of like, I think it's interesting. I just think it's interesting.
I would like to learn how to speak Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese would be fun to learn too. I just think economically, I think Chinese is probably a good language to learn these days.
I want to go to Japan.
I'd love to go to Japan. I've never been to Japan. I want to go to the Philippines. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Israel. Those are my current bucket lists.
That's crazy.
So in your chat, interesting.
Yeah, so always do multiple language. It helps you grow and be needed in work.
Yeah, I agree. I think language and music are really important. And unfortunately, they took a lot of music out of most of our schools. So April says it's infuriating how the doctors, hospitals, and CPS treated them. Just horrific. I hope they win. I don't know who they're speaking about, but I do know that if you're ever put in a situation where the CPS comes to your door, you need to, first and foremost, you don't have to let them in. They can come back and they can get proper paperwork. I mean, you can. It's your choice, but you record the entire interaction. You record everything and say, I'm not trying to be offensive here. I'm doing this for my security and your security. so that we know, like, this can be documented, because you never know. God forbid you get a bad CPS worker. They do exist, and so I highly recommend always record everything from your perspective when it comes to anything like that. Anything, any sort of government. I mean, they're technically speaking, they're actually a for-profit industry. So let's be real, guys. Like, they don't have to come in your house. They can bring police officers and come into your home, but they technically don't have the right to come in your home. You can go to see them in the station and speak with them at their office or whatever they call it, the station. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Oh, yeah, I'll come talk to you. Let's set up an appointment. No, you're not coming in my home. You have no right in my home.
So you know the documentary called "Take Care of Maya," Maya.
I know the story very, very well, so I'm not going to watch the documentary simply because it breaks my heart.
Why?
It's the one you wanted to watch. She's the one you wanted to watch about the little girl.
What girl?
Just the other day, we were talking about it,
Okay.
and I said I can't watch it. I know the story too well, and it's horrific. It's horrific what happened, and that's why I'm saying record everything. You record everything.
You always record everything.
Doesn't matter.
Police officers can't come into your home without a search warrant.
Nope. No one else can either. You don't have to answer the door. I've had very good experience in my humble experience. I've never had a bad situation. My friends would call me. A couple of my families would call me, and if the CPS showed up, I just go to their house and then I would record for them. And they were like, "Who are you?" So I got a little name locally for myself. And then somebody tried to call CPS on me just to be an asshole. And the funny thing is, the director, who already knew who I was, because I'd spoken to her now at this point, I was like, "Listen, like, these families, they're scared. You're scaring them." And I think there's some sensitivity training needs to be taking place. And then once you know the families are either, because there's a lot of differences in language when it comes to people and how we interact, and it can be really scary. And that's why I just show up, and then I would sit there, and then I would kind of explain to them if they, they just call me like, "Do I need to?" I said, "No, don't let them in. Tell them wait for me to get there, and then I'll come talk with them." And that's just what I did. It only happened a couple times, but they knew who I was. But then the CPS came to my door, and the director, was actually like here in my house. And she goes, "Hey, Margie, how are you?" I didn't realize this was happening like this because her main person was out on pregnancy leave, and she was training somebody. And so she's like, "Okay." I was like, "Yeah, come on in. It's cool. I don't know what this is about. Is this a visit for me or someone else?" And it was actually during COVID, so it was really strange. And she just asked me, she said they're going to lunch next, and she asked me if I want to go to lunch. And so I said, "Okay, I'll go to lunch." Like, we can just talk and hang out because we have good people here. But not everybody's good people. And they know it. They know it. They know it. And hopefully they're intervening and helping get rid of some of the situations that are taking place.
Yeah, Christina, I agree with your statement. I'm not going to say it out loud because
I totally agree with you on many, many levels.
So
On many levels, I completely agree, Christina. I just happen to have had a good experience.
that's good to know, Christina.
Yeah, so it was something like that for me too. Very similar, not similar like that, but just there was an issue, and it was just creepy. People can be really creepy.
Yep.
That's why you just record. And I was joking with her. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna record this." She's like, "I know you are," and I did because it just was what you do.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's not like that in every state. It's. I mean, I was able to figure out who it was easily, but and then you start like then you start worrying about humanity in general, and you're like everybody's a freaking a hole, you know, like, and then you start thinking like, oh my gosh, like who are these people?
Now, talking about, when kids get taken over, say for example, I've noticed a lot of kids who get taken away from good families, and then I've watched kids that are in really bad situations being
Never get.
being left in that situation.
It's really interesting because we see it a lot, especially when it comes to like the story, like Maya's story. Um, we see it a lot in certain communities, and it's bad. It's and there's stories even in our area and other areas close by where that's why we stand by the buddy system. You call your friend if it comes, and you have a backup, and you don't have to let anybody in your space. Um, and you just be respectful. Be like, look, I'm not gonna. It's the same thing as like if you get brought in to be interrogated, but you're like even if you're just being interviewed or whatever they call it, if you're just giving evidence or something, but you're like you always if anytime your Miranda rights are read to you, you ask for a lawyer. Doesn't matter. You always ask for a lawyer, and it's not to be disrespectful. You might have information that can be helpful. You always ask for a lawyer because you don't know what the situation is. That's
Oh
so
wow.
awful. I'm so glad you were able to correct it. Mm,
Yeah, I can't stand people who lie.
I'm not a liar. I mean,
No, I was
I'm like
reading.
the worst liar on the planet. You just can't.
You read right through it.
And I can see it's kind of like when you watch your kid lie, you're like, mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, always ask a lawyer. 100%. Always ask for a lawyer. Don't say anything. I want a lawyer present before we talk because this is you're not giving me any details. I don't know what's going on. I need a lawyer. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. No, I will not take a polygraph exam. I want a lawyer present.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Honestly, even if your house is kind of like messy, I have a cluttered house at times, and it doesn't matter. Like that's the issue is like, is there food in the cabinets? Can children eat? Are they clothed? Like that's what they're looking. That's what they should be looking for. Um, but I don't know. I get really nervous sometimes
But
because
you get those situations where there's, families where you got trash all over the floor, and
Mhm.
it's like a hoarder situation,
Yeah,
and it's unsafe and stuff like that. Having a few dishes in the sink okay, and you got a laundry room full of dirty clothes that need to be washed, that's one thing. Especially when you have a lot of kids or whatever, like 2 or 3 kids, and then your laundry is going to build up super fast with that many kids. You know,
Even just with the smaller family, I have a couch that's generally speaking covered with laundry. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, just they always have, or a bed that there's always something laundry driven, I guess, because I need to put something away or move something. Yeah, I mean, it's so yeah, it's one of those things too. I don't know. I don't know. I think if anybody's messing with you though, especially if it's a false allegation, you don't know who they know, you don't know the situation, I would be very leery of letting someone in my home. I just happen to know the person that came up to my door, so it was funny. If I didn't know who they were, I would never let them step foot in my house. I would say no. I'll come talk to you because you don't need to come to my home. You can call me.
yep.
You could have called. Do you want my number? Here's my number. Like, no, you're not coming in my home. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not expecting company right now. Simple as that. I'm not expecting company right now. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jennifer. Don't forget the thumbs up button.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go do it on my side. Hold on.
And yes, I drink a lot of coffee.
Oh, this late? Really?
I drink big cups like this full of coffee.
Oh, you're crazy. Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. That's why I'm having a Canadian dry. I can't have caffeine this late. I'll be up all night.
Hold on just a second. I go fix another cup of coffee. Give me
Oh my
just
God.
a second.
Well, I'm
You
really
can
glad.
chat.
I'll just keep talking. Yeah. I'm really glad everybody's here. I really appreciate the chat sharing their stories and listening to Eddie and I. My name is Margie. I'm also Jet's mom. My channel is very goofy. We just hang out and we're goofy. And um, yeah, so sometimes it can be a little crass depending on what time of night it is. But generally speaking, it's pretty fun. Tomorrow I talk about manifesting our greatness. That's usually what I do in the afternoon. It is really nice to meet everyone too. Nice to meet you, April. Yes, he's making another pot, I think he said. So this might take a second. I don't know. But definitely, glad that people are open to talk about mental health, just and kind of see where it goes, because you never know what kind of information comes up, or especially with even the chats, and the advice is fantastic. I mean, from what I can see, everything's fantastic. And I think what I really like with Eddie's kind of mission statement about getting it more awareness for like men to be able to talk about their mental health. Obviously, as you can see, he's a very masculine male. He's very much I don't know, like I would say like the bouncer at the club type. And it's really it's refreshing, I think, for a lot of people to see your journey, and for you to be so open to talk about what you've experienced. And because it's not easy to talk about our issues and what works, what doesn't work. And again, we are not medical professionals, so please obviously talk to your medical professional if we're taking any medication or trying any sort of anything. And do your research. Do your own research. I'm a huge research proponent more than anything. I'm a medical journal junkie.
So people who do drink water, I have some really good water that you should drink.
Is this what you put in your coffee?
No, it's actually called Skyra.
Oh, never heard of it.
It's from Iceland.
I figured.
Really good water. Vibrant. You made it. Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Jet, want to say hi?
Hi.
What's up, Jet? Did you finally win at Fortnite?
Mm-hmm.
Did you win? It's not. We weren't sure. We weren't sure if you were dying in there or what was happening. But it sounded like it was quite the issue.
Oh, so kid was talking trash, so I told him to shut up.
Oh, then well, that's not nice. But I mean,
You know what?
I'm glad I didn't hear any curse words. That was a positive. Sounds like he won. You won? Were you playing with your buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Those lightsabers are in the game.
There's lightsabers?
Uh-huh.
You never gave me a lightsaber.
Just got it.
He's got
Dude,
the
my
force
kind of
with him.
lightsaber. May the force be with you.
Yes. So this I'm so glad that
I'm gonna have Kool-Aid.
I had to recreate a live, man. It was just everything was going good, right? And then I didn't realize that when I logged in on my StreamYard, when I exited out of it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna end this stream here. I didn't think it would end the stream completely, right?
So do you see the tabs at the bottom
Yeah, I do.
where it says mute, stop cam, settings, and present? If you click present, so like for example, let's say and then I'm going to go to either share slides, video file, or share files, share screen, excuse me. I'm just going to pretend like I'm going to share a screen. So don't click on it, but let's just say I'm going to share like a Netflix or something.
Oh, I know how to do shared screen. I do know how to do that.
So that one works the best if you're going to show something to somebody. In my humble opinion, I think you were trying to do something different though.
So I figured, yeah, I know how to do a shared screen. So hold on. I was looking something up, right? What was I looking up?
And if anybody wants to, in terms of like medical journals and such, I'm a huge proponent for stem cell research, and actually, really, mental health awareness is another one.
That's a big problem in this country.
I tend to like those are generally the journals that I'm more attracted to. But I also like to look into things like not just regenerative health, but also gastrointestinal type health and wellness. I always kind of like it when you see some like. I don't know. I mean, probably because I'm a hippie. Like I'm truly a hippie if you really think about it. Like I am very holistic in many ways, minus my one soda I have a day. I don't know.
I don't drink. The only time I drink soda, caffeine, is if I don't have coffee.
Yeah.
Other than that, I drink on average 2 pots of coffee a day.
That's so much. That's so much caffeine. Isn't a pot of coffee like over 1,000 milligrams of caffeine?
It does nothing for me.
See, you can sleep on it, right? Like you can just fall asleep on it. See, I can't. I will have one thing of caffeine. Like if I have one thing of caffeine right now, I will be up all night. I will be up till 4 o'clock in the morning, just sitting in bed trying to sleep.
So my problem is I have headaches, and I drink a lot of coffee so I don't get headaches.
No, that makes sense. A lot of people do that suffer with migraines and stuff. Absolutely. If I'm having a migraine, what I immediately make the strongest cup of coffee I could possibly make. I'm definitely gonna have to go to the bathroom probably in 20 minutes, but like I will be like usually it can knock it out without having to take medication. What are you doing over there in the corner?
Only basketball.
Oh, okay. He's trying out for the basketball team next week.
Right on.
I'm like, I want to go to the meeting to find out what I need to know. I'm like,
Yeah, Chrissy. I can drink coffee and go to sleep.
see, I can't. My husband can. It's silly, but like, okay, if I take ADHD medication, I can go to sleep right now. It's not going to bother me. It's interesting how our bodies, like I said, the body chemistries are different.
So
Everybody
you have ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a downer for you. So it helps you relax.
Coffee
slows
doesn't.
you down. No, what I'm talking about is ADHD medicine.
Yeah.
So if you're very hyper, it slows you down.
Well, it helps me from me and my age and situation. It helps me
Focus.
keep kind of like aligned.
Yeah.
It helps me kind of like move different. I don't know. It's like I'm the kind of person that I'll like pick something up and suddenly it's like, I mean, okay, best example is like I was pregnant, so that's different. So I was not taking medication, obviously, but like I find the remote in the refrigerator because that makes sense. But just stuff like I'll be like doing one thing and then I'll see something shiny and then I'll be like, oh, let's go do that. Like just kind of, I can't. That's just kind of
Remote in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Hey, putting batteries in the fridge actually prolongs the life of the battery. So at least you got more life out of it.
No, I don't do that now, but just generally speaking, that's the kind of stuff. It's just weird stuff. It's like I'm not. I have to like be task oriented. So like what I do is I make a list of things I have to complete, and then I stick to my list, and I can't move on to the next thing until I finish the first thing. And
see that ADHD is another part of mental health because people who have ADHD will pile on all these projects.
oh my gosh, are you kidding? Do you know how many projects I have happening in my house right now that have never been completed?
Yes,
Oh,
and
horrible.
it drives people crazy. Okay, so it becomes overwhelming. And then it's like you throw in the towel because you give up. So what I tell people that like to do that, create a checklist.
That's what I do. Mm-hmm.
Create a checklist. Start at the top. Once it's done, check it off. Go back to that checklist. Go to number 2. Once it's done, check it off. Yes.
And some days I might have a list of like 5 things to do, complete or finish, or if it's not job oriented or making money oriented, I'm just like, okay, like right now, when I end here with you guys, guess what? I'm gonna make some dinner. Like that's my goal, is to make a nice dinner, have it all set up, everything's ready to go. Gonna do this.
Remote in the refrigerator, creamer under the couch cushion.
What is the best thing I've found on my counter recently? I also really like to do crafts and stuff. So I craft quite a bit when I'm like kind of like feeling that energy. And
That's a good suggestion, April. Making your list before you go to bed helps so your mind isn't thinking about what you have to do tomorrow.
oh no, totally. I definitely have my calendar. Like I have my I mean I need to like focus on a calendar is really helpful for me. But I don't like it though. Because I'm also someone I like to fly by the seat of my pants. I want to be like, boom, let's go. Let's do this. That sounds like fun. Let's go. Like, oh, that's gonna create some dopamine, like serotonin stuff in my brain. Let's go do that. Sure. And then but that doesn't help me stay focused because the real world is not as fun and lovely as like I want to make it think it is. It's just you have to be I have to try my best to be a domestic diva. I'm terrible at it, but I'll figure it out one of these days, maybe.
Domestic diva.
I'm terrible at it.
Uh, I've never heard that before. Domestic diva.
Domestic diva.
You know who was in here earlier
Who?
on my other stream before I kicked myself out?
Well,
Kelly.
who?
Kelly B.
Oh, Kelly, where's she now?
I don't know. Tell her to get in here.
She'll come hang out for sure. She probably make it. Is Dad home?
No.
Is that weird that I say Dad? Some people think that's weird. That he calls me mom and I call him dad. Is that strange to people? I've always wondered that because that's what we do.
Well, because you rather have your son call you mom and dad than by your names.
Yeah. What did you make?
What?
You did make the Jet.
What? God. It didn't work so well.
Where'd you put it?
In the cabinet. I did drink soup. Are you mad at me?
Yeah, well, I told you not to, so I'm upset.
Can you forgive me?
I said, don't make some Kool-Aid. I'll make you Kool-Aid in a little bit.
Can you forgive me now?
Lisa
Now
said,
his face is all pink. I know. Only old people probably say it. You're right. It's true. Like I will own my 42-yearness. Like I get it.
hold on. I am also 42. We are not old. Okay? Let's stop with that whole only old people say.
No, it's 56.
Yeah, your dad is not 56. He's 55.
No, he's 57.
Say no to Flavor Aid.
Well, Flavor Aid is the one that Jim Jones did. So I think that was like, it was not the Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid. And that's the, yeah.
Are you mad at me still?
No, here, talk to your dad.
Hey, Dad.
No, just go that way.
Anybody else want to come up and join us?
I'm not sure if I finished it.
Home.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right. Anybody else want to come up and join us? Have a conversation. Oh, Kelly B's in the house. Hey, young lady.
Hey, how are you?
Doing just peachy.
That's good.
I kicked myself out of my other live stream.
Oh, that's fun when you do that.
Yes. And I was in the middle of I was in the middle of one and I kicked myself out and I'm like, shit, I gotta create a new live.
I love when I do that.
Yeah.
That's always fun. Hi, Margie.
Hi, my loves.
How is you?
I'm better.
Good.
Doing better.
Glad to hear it. Oh, let me turn my TV down a little. I'm watching The Voice.
I got another one coming up. It says your device is not connected, Jennifer. You gotta connect your device.
You tinkle?
So what's the discussion this time?
All right.
Kelly, do you and your husband refer to each other as mom and dad to each other?
A lot of the times, yes.
Yeah.
Let me drop the link again for you, Jennifer.
Yeah. Because I had someone the other day say that that's super strange.
Nope. We've
But I
been
can't-
doing it for 19 years.
I can't imagine. I usually only use his first name when I'm mad at him.
Jerry.
Well, see, but you also have to remember my husband and son have the same name. So
Yeah,
it's easier for me to refer to my husband as dad or daddy.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it was, I don't know. I'm not sure what I said, but I was kind of like thinking about it though. It's like, maybe that is weird.
It's
And
not weird
I
because
don't remember if my parents did that. I don't.
when you're talking to your son, you refer to your husband as dad.
Yeah, that's, and if I talk to him, I'll call him babe, but like,
Right, then that's fine.
I don't know. I just was kind of interesting. Someone was like, they did not like that. They made it very clear that was very awkward for them.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
Who the F cares what other people think how you refer to your husband?
True. It's very. I was kind of wanted to. I was curious if it was different.
Nope.
For other people,
I've been doing it for 19 years. It's hard. But the only time I don't sometimes is like if my son isn't home and I'm not thinking about it, then I'm like, no, actually, no. Usually daddy's the first thing that comes out of my mouth because I even tell my dogs daddy's home, or it's always daddy, 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 daddy. So
I'm reading the comments. My husband likes it when I call him daddy.
I mean,
not in that sense, but I get it.
Oh my gosh! See that? I think that's where. And I mean, it's funny that was said like that. 'Cause I wonder if that's what the other thing I was gonna say. I wonder if they were thinking something weird in their, like in their situation, because you never know where people come from, and maybe that's like what they do. I mean,
right.
I don't think I would. I'm pretty sure we don't say mommy and daddy in that place.
No.
I'm pretty sure that that's not what we do.
Nope, me neither.
I don't know.
Where did Jennifer go? You need to click the link and hop back up on here.
So the settings thing, she just says to say okay to the mic settings. If she's on her phone, it's a little tricky sometimes.
You have to open it up in Safari.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been up on panel before, so I don't. It just said her device.
She might be using a new device. Kelly, how was your day? Did you have a good day at work?
Yeah, it was all right. It was.
If you guys want to drop
slow.
your link in chat, you can do that to your channels. Well, Jet's mom can do it because she's a mod.
I am. Did you make me blue?
Aren't you lucky? You're blue.
Dabu dee dabu.
That's your favorite song.
Okay. She said I was, but I had to run outside to save my ducks from a possible fox.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I had to
no.
put them in for bed. Sorry. We could come up afterwards.
Eddie, did you hear any more about the April girl?
Tobin,
Yeah.
she's still in here.
Okay, because I can't see chat.
Yeah, we were talking about because Margie has ADHD and she likes to start a lot of projects and
Yeah.
not get finished on time or
Oh, I do
finished
that
at
too.
all. Okay, so April said make a list before you go to bed. It helps. It helps so your mind isn't thinking about what you have to do tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Kelly, how do I
So
find Kelly's Fibro? How's it go? Your channel?
Kelly's Fibro Forum.
There. Hold on.
unseen. April said hi, Kelly.
Hi, April.
Yeah, she's still here. She's alive and well.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay, guys. Here's some other. Here's Kelly's.
If you guys can go show them some love.
Yeah, no, yeah. And like my channel, we're goofy and silly and sometimes a little crass when it's after 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So
On
you guys
time.
on a late night lives.
Well, my channel is about all invisible illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done a live or a video in forever.
Well, you also have your jewelry business that you're working on the TikTok.
Oh, yeah, that too. Along with other stuff.
I just
I'm waiting. April, sub to your channel,
you.
Margie.
Thank you, April. Yeah, no, I mean we're goofy. We're just goofy.
Margie's
Oh
goofy.
yeah, her channel. Yeah, we have goofy times.
It's fun times there.
Yes. That's
Fun
the
times.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning lives.
Nope, I'm
Because-
sleeping then. Unless it's the
Once in a
weekend.
while. Once in a while. That's like a Friday thing. Once in a while.
Well, that's what I said.
I'm also West Coast, so
Exactly.
it is.
April, sub to your channel too, Kelly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Here's your sign. Time to get more active there, young ladies.
I know. Well, see, it's hard because, like, with me, I want to bring awareness to everything, but it's hard when people don't want to come up and talk about it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, yes, Marcus. I'll drop my email. Send me an email. Hold on.
I never used Discord. I had to use it today for something.
Did you?
And I went on there, and it's so it's just ugh.
Yeah.
Send me an email, and I'll send you an invite to Discord. I gave you my email address, so.
There you go. So we were talking about PTSD earlier, Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think actually your situation from everything you've experienced with pain management and fibromyalgia,
Mm-hmm.
that too, because you end up there's so much to be said with how much the body and mind can take.
Yeah.
You can definitely have symptomology of PTSD with a lot of these invisible diseases.
That and there's
believes.
other things too, in like even in my past that I do have it from.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, have they given you the proper treatment for that, or have you ever even been able to look into that, or is it kind of on the back burner?
Oh, that's on the back burner, like quite a few other things are.
And you see that a lot, I think, with people struggling with a lot of different mental illness things. You see,
Mhm.
like, because especially if there's like a medical component that's first,
Right.
it
I just have too much going on.
mhm, to start addressing it on that level.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It doesn't happen a lot. Like it doesn't there's only certain things that trigger it, but I try not to be around situations like that would trigger it. Like I know I know what triggers it, and I just don't put myself around it.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Mike says that he's sorry about leaving so abruptly a while ago. Welcome back.
Welcome back. But yeah, no, there's just so much going on that a lot of that mental stuff gets put on the back burners.
Yeah. Well, and it's because it's like, and that always makes you kind of wonder too.
The more physical stuff is more important, so I can walk and work.
Marcus, I sent you a link for Discord, just so you know.
This is something that I needed. I have PTSD. Jet, you might have ADHD. I'm not seeing too many symptoms of it, but I don't know. Do you feel like you do?
No.
Do you know what it is?
That's funny.
Do I believe in medicating children? Absolutely not. So we'll work through things, and there's other other options we might be able to take. But, Mike, if you want to discuss anything, please feel free if you're comfortable with that in the chat.
Oh yeah,
Or come on up on panel.
he's
yeah.
at work right now. I'm
Oh,
trying to get him
Can't
up.
do that.
Yeah, he's at work. I think I'm gonna have him do it on Sunday if he's not working.
Okay.
Get him up on panel. Have a group of us. See, I like these open panels because when we're talking about a specific subject, having more than one person's opinion
Yeah,
or thought actually helps.
absolutely, it does.
And I'm thinking instead of going live at 5 or 6, I'm thinking about going live at 7,
So what time will that be my time?
6,
4
5, 4.
o'clock.
So you are okay. Okay. Let me put it in my calendar for my ADHD. This shit's real, guys. Like I will be what? And the funny part today was I thought I missed. I was like shit because I was watching a movie, and then I saw your message come through because I can't watch a movie and have my phone near me because I will not watch the movie. Like I will sit there on my phone, and that's
Yep. That's why I turn the volume down.
and so I didn't have my phone. And then I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, he's live. Jet, and I screamed at Jet, bring me my computer now. Hurry. And then I turned the computer on and you're gone. And I'm like, oh, I just missed you. And then I was like, wait, he's still there. And that's when I came up.
She just texted me. I'm on
What
Eddie's stream.
He mentioned
crap.
that you were on he mentioned that you were here earlier. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to bug you, but I
just got off the phone with my niece. I haven't talked to her in a while.
Yeah, because you said you had to go because you got a phone call.
Yeah, and I talked to
phone
her
call.
I just got off the phone with her a little bit ago.
So the first is you're talking about the first?
October 1st?
Yeah.
That would be Sunday, yes.
Yes, Sunday. So, Mike, if you hear me, I'm going to set up a live for you to come up. So I usually go live. I try to go live Sunday through Thursday. Okay. I like to go live 5 days a week. But
Okay.
with me is I run out of things to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So lately I haven't been going live every day. So,
Yeah.
and I need to get my watching hours up.
Are you're
So
trying to go doing the monetization route? You're going that route?
that's my game plan.
Okay.
That's my game plan. Okay. Because I want to be able to do certain things like members' lives. You know what I'm saying? I have a few people in my circle that are artists, and I'm thinking about creating art
Oh, there you go.
and having a giveaway.
Oh, cool.
You know what I'm saying? Or finding people within my community that does like this is gonna be like merchandise. I'm gonna show you guys something real quick. Hold on. Give me just a second. I had somebody draw me a logo. And I'm trying to get it to hold on. Give me just a second. Okay. Screen share. And,
Damn.
see that logo?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
I
I had
like
somebody. Yeah, that's gonna go on the front of a shirt.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Oh, jeez.
that's gonna go on the front of a T-shirt. It's not done yet, so I'm still. Was that your husband?
Yeah.
Tell him to come back over here.
Oh, he doesn't like doing that.
Hi, Mr. Jet's mom.
His name's Jerry. It's okay.
Okay.
Hi, Jerry. How you doing?
I didn't want to call him that on here.
All
Yeah.
right. Do you want to have your camera open?
Me?
Okay, got somebody backstage. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
I
So,
kept you stoned, alone at home. What's up, guys?
so what would you like to talk about?
My name is MC Nemesis. I'm a rapper,
Okay.
and
So,
what do you guys like to talk about?
so this channel is about mental health. So, interesting thing is I'm actually looking for an artist to do a song about mental health. Okay. And then what I'll do with that song and promote that artist is I'll have it as the intro to my video when I go live. So they hear the song and get promoted.
I'll do it for free, but because I told God I would do something for him for free. Like, I just said, if I feel led to do it. But look, but I don't know if you even think that I'm a good rapper. You'd have to listen to some of my recent stuff. And funny how you mentioned about mental illness.
Yep.
After I produced Go Hunter, my last project, I checked myself in for an evaluation for my mental health because the music had destroyed my mental health. So that whole time that I was producing that record, I was undiagnosed. I now take Lexapro and Vistaril, but I was undiagnosed entirely, and I just I listened to it back, and it's weird stuff. It truly is weird, but a lot of it's pretty captivating. Like me rapping like me rapping, I made one called the Rap Bot where I like rap from the perspective of me being an actual AI cyborg rapping. So that's one thing. Like I take like these perspectives and like on my new album, I have a song called Black Sheep on it, to where I put myself perspective of a black man that's trying to get to work, that's attacked by the Black Lives Matter movement, like they.
I had to remove him. I can't with that. No. All right. Yeah. Jet, you're muted.
I'm sorry. I was like, like.
Yep. Nope, not going there. Nope. No. You're nope. Not doing it.
I was really nervous about that. I was like, oh, okay.
No, that is not Viper. Nope. And I don't know who that guy is. Nope.
So one thing that happens when you go live is anybody can kind of jump
on. Dave, I will explain something, okay? Why I took him off, right? All right. I don't know who that was, but you can't portray a race that you are not, okay? You can't portray something that you've never been into. You can't portray something that you've never experienced, okay? Unless you've lived in those shoes as that individual, you can't portray that individual, okay? That is not something I agree with, okay? I don't talk politics on this channel. I talk mental health, okay? I that's not acting, bro. When you do music, okay, no, acting is in the movies, okay, and they don't do that no more. This is not Robert Downey Jr. anymore. No, I'm sorry.
Interesting individual by himself.
Yes. Ain't no white man gonna be able to sit there and say how it is for a black person to go to work.
Right.
Okay.
I just that's why I was like.
Nope. There ain't no acting. That ain't acting. I know plenty of black people that go to work and they bust their ass working.
It doesn't matter. There was something interesting there, and I saw it right off the bat, and I just was like,
Get too many trolls.
Okay.
I don't know who knows? He could have been. We don't know for sure.
I couldn't. I don't.
My energetic feeling was saying no.
Right.
And that's what's scary about YouTube is anybody can come onto your live, like they can see that even when you post your links. So you might want to consider the people you like to have up on panel. Having a communication through Facebook or something or Discord, so you can share links with them privately. I know a lot of our friends do that now, where they don't just share the link unless it's,
I see. I grew up in the projects. So, all right, here's Vibrant. I know this guy. Vibrant.
Look at your dog.
Look at that puppy.
I had to come and show that wasn't me. I don't know why someone thought that was me.
No, I think Jennifer thought because you're a musician.
Yeah, I don't advertise my music that much. I actually don't give a crap if people listen to my music or not. I do it because it helps me through my depression and all my stuff.
So, yeah.
That was crazy.
I don't think you did anything incorrect there. I think you're just being safe about your channel, And it's no disrespect to the person whatsoever. Trying to, you don't know. You just don't. You didn't know it was, and you didn't want to talk about, any sort of political movement or situation on your channel because that doesn't support what you're trying to do.
See, I never saw the dude comment in chat, so I don't know who he was.
Right.
Okay, but the thing is okay, compassion. All right, compassion is one thing, okay, but putting yourself in somebody's shoes, especially when it is from another race, is kind of difficult. Dave.
I mean, there's so many different demographics too that besides race that pull into everything. There's fiscal demographics, there's location demographics. I mean, there's a lot of space there around the whole topic itself, and I don't want the person to feel like you cut them out completely, but you didn't know them, and they brought something up that triggered you. So I'd say you did the right thing.
See, I grew up in an all-black neighborhood, right? And I hate using colors because colors to me are a figment of imagination. All it is a division, okay?
Mhm.
I agree.
Okay, Nefex, okay, I'll look into them, okay? But I don't sit there. I grew up in the projects majority of my life. I'm not going to go and try to put my shoes in their shoes, okay? I just didn't want to take that chance. I wasn't going to take that chance. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Dave. If we could understand each other's side, I agree. Don't get me wrong. I agree with what you're saying. But the thing is you can't sit there, and talk about somebody else's. I'm not blaming. I didn't want to take the chance. I didn't know where he was going about it when he brought up.
No, I think
when he brought up BLM, I did not want to go there. I respect people's opinion, but this is not a political channel. This is about mental health. Is mental health political? Yes, but I'm not talking about the politics side of mental health. I'm talking about the actual stigma that people have about mental health. When a man admits that he has a problem and needs help, there's a stigma about him.
And if you had a planned topic with a certain panel of people and you wanted to discuss, racial stigmas in mental health and things like that, I think that's more of a planned perspective for you if it comes to play that way for you. If it's something you want to talk about. I mean, there are things to talk about within politics and racial politics and all kinds of demographics if you want to. But I because you didn't know the person, you did the right thing. You had to be safe, and you were better safe than sorry.
Hey, dude, I don't think that they're not empathizing with another race. That's kind of wrong to say. I mean, like I'm a metal musician. I'm not gonna go and I know this isn't race based, but I'm not gonna go and play country music because I don't know the country stuff. I'm also not gonna rap either. I'm not a rapper, but I don't think that the discriminating against race.
So the thing is, right, is I used to be an artist manager. I'm a hip hop head, right? I used to work with a slew of rappers. I used to also book shows. Okay. I myself have opened up for, as an artist, I have opened up for Tech Nine. I have opened up for Mob Deep. I have opened up for Black Rob. I have opened up for a slew of big name rappers. I am not saying that white people can't rap. Okay. I'm not saying that. But the thing is to portray yourself as another race and act like you've lived in those shoes. You can't do it unless you've lived in those shoes. Okay? That's all I'm saying. You can't. You can't rap about living in somebody's shoes if you've never done it. I'm sorry. Yeah, but he's rapping, Dr. Dre's rapping from the perspective in his own eyes as the hood in the projects. I grew up in the projects. I've witnessed things. Okay. My best friend as a child was unalived out of the back of a pickup truck from a rival gang. Okay. So if I was to rap about it, I could rap about it because
Hold on,
Of your
it
experience.
happened
hold on.
from experience.
I have to disagree with the fact. I have to disagree with the fact of. I mean, what? Okay, okay. Lyrics are. Okay, they're a lot of times lyrics aren't 100% what they mean. Different things, metaphors. They mean different things for different people, and all because you sing a song and you're talking about unaliving somebody doesn't mean that it's your history of unaliving. And Dr. Dre has some good music, but like a lot of people do write music. Like, okay, so I have a couple of songs that if I did a music video, people probably would die, right? And but the music and the metaphors of what I write mean a lot to me. So it's I don't get that, and it is acting. I mean, look at Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson, if you ever met him in person, he is not like he is on stage. It is persona. Doesn't mean his music doesn't mean what it means to him or his life. It's just sometimes you have to, sometimes you have to go against what everyone wants in an image. And it's the same thing with Slipknot. I mean, how much hell did they get? And then they got famous for it. But I don't know. I just don't agree with the fact that that they write stories and don't live it or whatever.
I can't write a song. You're not understanding, Dave. I understand where you're coming from, and I respect your opinion, but you're not getting where I'm coming from. Okay.
And I do agree. Some of the best artists in history have written about stuff they didn't experience, but also people that have experienced it know that they haven't experienced it. There's like a lot. There's a lot of singers out there that sing about depression and anxiety and suicide and all that stuff. And just from what they say, I can tell they've never experienced it.
Mm. So I'm gonna put this in chat. I meant to say it. My husband grew up in the Bronx, and 5 kids, 1 bathroom. They paid, for their house, and they still live in the parents still live in the house that they bought. And this dad went to work seriously just to get all his kids in private school for high school. All of his kids went to private school. My husband went to school with Puff Daddy, Sean Combs.
Who?
And you don't worry about it. But that's the thing though. So you think of like Puff Daddy, right?
I'm the Puff Daddy.
Don't worry about it. It's interesting because you look at like the things that had to take place for and his sisters, they went to college. They have, some of them have master's degrees, and they were given that opportunity by getting out of the Bronx and going to a private school. It wouldn't have happened otherwise. I mean, this experience is everything, and what you see and how you see the world. They were latchkid keys. They literally they could just do it. They could run amok all day long, and no one cared. It's an interesting story when you talk about where you're raised and how you're raised. It's so different from me. So I appreciate you sharing that. All things serious, Eddie.
It's just that, okay, what? I'm reading Jennifer's comment.
I know, I'm laughing.
The thing is see, can you name? I'm not going to continue with this conversation. I said what I had to say. I'm going to get flustered and Dave, I love you, bro, but we're just going to agree to disagree and change subjects, if that's okay. We'll just agree to disagree. Sound like a plan? Thank you. All right. So, Vibrant, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, man. It's been
All
a
right.
long week, long 2 weeks, honestly.
Okay.
The C-19 scare and all that stuff. Oh my god! Like the way it is now, never get it. It was horrible. It made me feel so bad.
What
It
is
was the
that?
worst. It's, COVID. C-19.
Oh.
I say C-19 because I guess they still kind of flag people for saying the other word. But yeah, it was the worst headache I've ever had in my life. It was worse than my brain problem I have. It was so bad, and I could not get rid of the. I kept on having the fever. It was like 102 and stuff. It was so bad. It was bad.
Oh, you just had it recently.
Oh yeah, that's why I've been gone. I've been gone for almost 2.5 weeks now.
So
I got it. Then my mom got it, and then my grandma we thought had. She fell one night, and I didn't have anybody because I have gait issues, problems balancing, and I didn't. I had to find somebody to help me, so I had to call the nurses, the in-home nurses, to come out like at 4 o'clock in the morning and help me get my grandma up. But then I couldn't take care of her because I kept on having to help her with being sick and having fever. I kept on trying. I had to help her, bathroom and all that different stuff. So I ended up having to. We ended up having to take her to some. I don't know what they call it, but it's like the hospice people call it something where they could take them to a place because my mom got sent to the hospital for having COVID. And so it was just a bad 2 weeks, and I haven't been able to see my son. I got him for a day, and then he had to go back home, because he had school Monday, and it was bad. Like the COVID, it was. I never got it. See, my son had it 4 times, and I never got it when he
you never
had
had
it.
it. So you got you. This
No.
that was your first round.
Oh hell yeah, yeah! It was my first round because my grandma had it 3 times at the when it first came out and stuff. And my son, of course, he's all like having fever and having problem stuff, laying in my bed and cuddling up on me and stuff. And I'm like, it was bad. The headache was the worst headache I've ever had in my life. It was worse than migraines and worse than my brain problem I have. It was so bad. It was bad.
At least you're alive and breathing.
Yeah. I honestly didn't think I was going to be. I was sleeping almost all day for almost.
I wish you were nearby me because I would have came over and hung out with you the whole time.
I would have been sleeping. You could have come over and just played on my PlayStation or been on my computer or something. But I've been sleeping. I woke up to go to the bathroom and then I go straight back to bed and pass out.
I'd have been hanging out with you. I'd have been talking to you while you were sleeping, playing video games. I'd be like, "Yo, you should wake up and check out God of War."
So, I love God of War. So yes, I did when I first got it. When in 2019, at the end of 2019, when I got diagnosed with MS, I had to go to doctors and I kept on having to get tested. So I had like at the time of the scare when C-19 was, hitting really big and stuff and causing issues. Yes, I probably had like 14 or 17 different tests. So I had to keep on having tests just to even go to the doctor. It was pretty bad. But yeah, I've been tested for a lot, but I didn't take the vaccine. And the reason I didn't take the vaccine is because my doctors told me it could kill me.
You
Because
should-
I basically do what?
I totally agree with an MS diagnosis.
Yeah.
It would be good.
So they told me that because I basically have an immune deficiency or disorder or some crap. But see, here's the thing: my mom, I got the vaccine, right? And when she got sick with COVID this time, she got sent to the hospital. It was so bad. She had about as bad as me, but a little bit worse. They had to put her on breathing treatment in the hospital. That's why she had to stay in the hospital for like 4 or 5 days. And she has the vaccine, so I'm like, oh, well, how much does it really actually help then?
So
but
you know what's crazy is I know so many people that have had it, and I've gone and hung out with them to get it, but never caught it.
yeah, I would
Still,
like.
I'm still. I've had him breathe on me. I've had him cough on me, and still
And
haven't caught it.
I thought I wasn't gonna get it. I was like, I kept on telling my doctor, I was like, maybe I can get money since I had MS and I couldn't work. I was having all these dizziness issues and stuff, and I was like, maybe they will pay me to do testing on me because I don't have it. But yeah, don't keep on saying that you don't have it. Like if you get it, it's bad.
I hear about it. Honestly, all right. I hear about it. Okay. And I've never, dude, I've been on my deathbed 3 times in my life. Okay. And I'm just saying.
So here's another thing. I'm gonna give you some like these are the symptoms that I had, so you know what to look for. But a sore throat. Normally, you have a sore throat. It's right there around the tonsil area or whatnot. It's actually under the tonsil area for the sore
I have
throat.
no tonsils anymore, so.
Well, yeah. So it's going to be under that area though, and even
Okay.
without tonsils, it'll be under that area for the sore throat. And also, when you swallow, it will hurt on the bottom of the throat. And then the headache is not like. It's weird. It's like the whole head part, and it goes straight down on the back, and it goes around your face. Then the cough is really dry. And then also, okay, when you cough up stuff or when you blow your nose, it's completely clear. I mean, you don't get any yellow or green. It's like completely clear. And then you get this weird smell. Everyone has a different smell, but mine was more like chemicals. You know, almost like when you go in and get an IV, you can taste it. Some people can taste it and smell it. That's like how it was. That's exactly how it was when I got sick. Like I had this nasty like chemical taste in my mouth and this smell in my nose, and that's all I can taste and smell constantly.
You still got your tonsils, Vibrant?
I still have my tonsils, yes.
Kelly B, do you still have your tonsils?
Yeah.
Margie, do you still have your tonsils?
I do, yeah.
Okay, I am going to tell you guys, okay, as an adult, and Kentucky Lee, how you doing? Don't ever get your tonsils removed unless it's a medical emergency, okay?
Yeah.
Because as an adult, all right, I'm a big tough guy.
It's a difficult surgery. One of my friends went through that.
I have a high tolerance for pain. I got my tonsils removed. I became the biggest crybaby biatch in the world.
Yep.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a painful surgery.
Oh, yes. I became the biggest crybaby biatch in the world. Okay.
Because even like sneezing, coughing, anything like that can rip it right open again.
I would think so too. I mean, I mean, I don't know. It was really weird because when you know the C-19 came out and all that stuff, it was like, let me tell you the first time. Let me tell you the first time when I got diagnosed with MS, what happened. So when I went to my doctor, you know, they were having the scare, and I was working at a gas station, and you know, as a Flying J, so like it was, you know, we constantly had truckers in there. We had to clean showers and all that stuff. So we did not shut down. We had probably 100 people in there every night. It was so busy.
Oh, God.
So I go to the doctor, and they're like, they're like, okay, so have you traveled and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I haven't, and all this. And then they're like, well, I'm like, well, I have a little bit of a sore throat and I have a little bit of a headache, but that's about it. They're like, oh my God, oh my God. And then they run out of the room. And they come back in these hazmat looking suits. And
What?
they're like, you have the symptoms of COVID-19. I was like, how the hell do I have it? Like, you watch all the commercials and hear about it, you know, with the CDC and all that stuff, all the symptoms that they say if you have these symptoms, you have possibly have C19. I was like, I don't have any of those symptoms. I have a headache, and I always have a headache. You know, of course, I got diagnosed with a brain issue, and then a sore throat. I always have a sore throat, but I don't feel sick. And so
Yeah.
they're sitting there they're like, you have to go and get tested and all this stuff before we can see you. So I had to go get tested, and then they put me in a quarantine for like 7 days. And then of course I have to get this paper and everything for work so I don't get fired for stupid shit, which they did it anyways. But it was the dumbest thing ever. They came in a suit and were freaking out. Like when I was leaving to go get my C19 test, he's like sitting there, the main doctor is sitting there and telling, you need to go get a shower. You need to take your clothes off, go get a shower. And take your clothes off, wash your clothes. He was freaking out. It was the weirdest thing ever.
How unreal.
Yeah, and then the emergency room, they're setting up their tents, you know, they're setting up those tents at the emergency room and stuff.
Yeah.
They have the tent, and they're like, that's where you go get your COVID test. So I go over there. They're like, no, you're supposed to go in the front. So I had to walk all the way around to the front. They're like, no, you're supposed to go around to the emergency room. I'm like, they just sent me over here. And it was like they were so confused and didn't know what to do. So I went all the way back around, and I had to sit in a thing for a long time.
Around people with COVID.
Well, I mean, no, there wasn't a line of people with COVID. There was just now setting up those tents for that purpose.
I had it. So I had it. I never get sick because I work in the public, and we came back from New York, and so 2 weeks later, I got really sick really fast, like within a matter of a couple hours. It just was weird, so unlike my body and my system. And this is before the COVID scare. So I had it in like January of 2019. And I went to the doctor and they were like making me put a mask on. I'm like, what? Because I'm coughing? What? And so they couldn't test for it yet because they didn't know what the hell was happening yet. But I guess they kind of knew. And I mean, I think I've had it 3 times. And the last time I had it, I got it from the hospital.
Yeah, I think that's where I got it this time. My mom swears it was my son, but I think it was because I was in the hospital for my feet, my issue with my feet, neuropathy, whatever it was, what I had with my feet hurting, and I couldn't walk really well. But I don't know. It was I hated it. But the C19 though.
He sounds like me, doesn't he, Margie?
He does, absolutely.
What happened?
I have fibromyalgia, but you sound a lot like me with the issues.
Yeah, I don't remember what they called it. They called what I had like it's something to do with the nerves in your feet, and they feel like
It's neuropathy.
Neuropathy. That's
well,
correct.
neuropathy. They said neuropathy, but they said it's this of neuropathy, and they called it something. And I have it on my paper, and I have to take these pills for it now. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
But yeah, like it was so bad, the C19 thing, and I had to leave my job, and then they caused issues and started lying about stuff, and I had to go to court. It was the weirdest thing. It was so dumb.
Yeah, see, unfortunately, with people like us, any kind of sickness like that is going to hit us like 10 times worse than a normal person.
Yeah. That's why I actually try to stay away from sick people as much as I can, but I'm looking at my medical stuff to see what they called it when I went to the emergency room.
April asked Kelly, have you ever been tested for Epstein-Barr?
Yes, they tested me for that. It's called dithostasia is what they got. It's like DYSESTHESIA of
Yep.
both sides of the body is what they said I had due to
Okay.
multiple sclerosis.
It's an
Epstein Barr? No, I don't think I've ever been tested for that.
You should get tested for that. Actually, that'd be really good for you.
Yeah, I had to go to court. They did it actually on the phone though, because C-19 hit, and I was told by my doctors to leave my job because we had 100 people and stuff in there because we were a truck. We were a truck stop for
Okay.
like it was Flying J, right? And Pilot Flying J is like really busy when it comes to truck stops. And then they said that we are considered essential because they're like essential places don't have to
Yes.
close. So they didn't have us. We didn't have, in my town at least, we didn't have a limit of 20 or 10 people. We had an unlimited amount of people as long as they stayed far enough away from the cashiers and stuff. So you had the 6 feet from the cashier. I was a manager at the place, and we would have hundreds of people. And of course, at that time, there's the stabbing that happened at the Flying J. I don't remember what state it was, where that trucker stabbed like 4 people and all that stuff. But there was all this stuff happening, and we didn't even they wouldn't allow us to wear masks, right? But it was just a lot of crap. So the doctors told me I have to leave the job because I can get really sick if I do get sick and all this different stuff. So I left my job. And I tried to ask for different hours, so I didn't have to, because I was working graveyard shift. I tried to ask for different hours. They wouldn't give it to me. So I basically quit on them. Well, I was told by my doctors that I could, I just need to go with the government stuff and try and get pay, for not having a job and stuff. So I was
Disability.
like, okay,
Yeah.
Boy, I didn't know it was a disability. It was
SSI.
Yeah, it was Social Security, but it was when you get fired from a job and stuff.
Oh, unemployment.
Unemployment, yeah. They said to do unemployment, even though I didn't get fired. Unemployment right now because of COVID, if you have to leave your job, they can help you with it. So I had to do this whole case study with them and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when they talked to my job lied out of their teeth. They said that I was showing up late. They said I was falling asleep at work. They said all this different stuff, and so they denied me.
Yeah.
So what
They'll
I had
do
to
anything
do is,
they can to not pay you.
They'll always deny them.
it was the job was the reason why they denied me because they're like, they said that you were doing this and that. So I had to get a lawyer and we had to go to court over it. And we went to court over it, and they're like, yeah, they're kind of screwing you on this. They're like, we're gonna do back pay and all this stuff. So I ended up getting like $60,000 or something. I ended up getting a lot of money.
Wow.
Like getting paid pretty well. I was a manager, right? I got paid really good at my job. But they gave me back pay and all that stuff for it. So and then right now I'm fighting the Social Security for disability.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, I'm actually got a lawyer right now on that.
I fought that for 5 years. It went all the way up to federal court. I went and saw a judge and everything. They saw that I was clearly disabled, but at that point I didn't have 5 years worth of documentation because I was diagnosed in 3 days. Yeah. That's how bad I have it.
Yeah, they're saying because I can walk, because I don't have the MS that's messing with my legs. Mine's all my head, my hands, and my feet. But it's mainly it's mainly I get really bad gait issues and I lose my balance. Sometimes I wake up and it's almost like I'm drunk. I can't stand straight or walk straight.
Yep.
And then my hands are really numb. That's why I can't play guitar and do music stuff anymore, really. Because my hands are completely numb. They're like they fell asleep. So I can't drive because I'm afraid that if I get to the point, you never know how much your hand-eye coordination is important until you lose it. Like I can't do computer stuff anymore. I'm a computer programmer. I can't do that stuff anymore. I do a lot of computer stuff. I just can't do it anymore. I build computers. I can't do that anymore. I sell computers and know a lot of things about computers, but I can't do it anymore because I forget what I'm talking about. I don't remember it. I can see it in my head, but I can't say the words. Or even sometimes trying to scratch my nose, I can see that I need to scratch my nose and I scratch my face instead of my nose. And that's the type of stuff that happens. And it just sucks bad because like my passion is music and I can't even do this shit anymore.
I
But
feel you.
So,
it's hard.
Guys, I gotta run.
all
Thank
Bye.
you.
right,
Okay, bye guys.
bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, I
That
feel you with all that stuff. It sucks. It really, truly does. It's life changing.
she just made dinner. Yeah, you're right, Marcus. Getting Social Security is a lot easier for people who are mentally unstable than it is for physical.
Yes.
Oh, dude, especially with the C-19 and stuff. I had to be on the phone for 7 hours or more to get somebody to answer me. Sometimes they'll hang up on me.
Yep.
That
It's
stuff is
ridiculous.
it's a headache, dude. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's like, oh, well, we need you to call and give us this information. Well, you call, you're on a hold, or sometimes they answer and they hang up on you.
Yep. And you got to start all over again.
It sucks, man.
Yep. It's a messed up system. It really,
Yeah.
truly is.
And this definitely is the reason why I'm definitely gonna have to go talk to somebody now. I know I've always needed to talk to somebody with depression and stuff. Now I definitely have to because of everything I have to go through now, and I can't do the thing that gets my mind off of all the stupid stuff. You know?
See, I've been dealing with this I've had it for about 30 years, but I've been diagnosed with it for about 15. I was bedridden when my son was 3 before I was diagnosed. So I've been dealing with this for a long time.
Okay, this is gonna make me sound like a bad father, and it sucks because this is the one of the worst things that scared the hell out of me in my life, and it was the dumbest. It was just so stupid. Anyways, I was having a lot of issues before I got diagnosed with MS, and I was having problems where I would fall asleep, or I would wear myself out. I would work my because with MS, if I walk around the block and come home, I'm extremely tired, so I'll fall asleep and I'm in a lot of pain.
Yep.
And that's how it was when I would work because I would work my ass off. When I'm working, right? I mean, I have to work and I
Right,
work really
exactly.
good and I keep going. And I went home one day because I do graveyard shifts. I went home one day and I fell asleep. I like completely passed out. My son got dropped off of the school bus at his mom's house. Well, his mom wasn't home. I was supposed to be there to go pick him up.
Yep.
And I didn't or wasn't there to pick him up. He's like in second grade or third grade at the time. So he's a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up finally and I was like, oh shit. And I went to go pick him up and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Then got a call from the cops. They found him at a store down the road, way down the road.
Oh gosh.
And it was the worst. It was the worst thing ever. I was god damn it. Like it made me so mad because at
Yep.
myself because it scared the hell out of me and I would never do that to my son. It's like the one thing is I don't forget stuff like that. I never have. If I'm
But
not
it's not
early,
your
I'm
fault.
late. And I had issues. And then the cop understood and all this stuff. And then his mom was so mad and wouldn't let me see him, which she
They
couldn't
don't
see him for a
understand
year
it.
after that.
Oh,
But
hold
there was
on.
just a lot of issues.
Hold on. I gotta say bye to Kentucky Lee. I'll see you over there. I'll be in there tonight. All right. Sorry, Viper.
No, it's okay, man. But it was the worst thing ever, and I felt like a horrible father. Like I don't do that stuff. His mom was the one that messed up the first time, and that she did it for drugs and stuff, and she couldn't see him for a year, and then I messed up, and I'm not that type of person. I felt so bad. And
Yeah.
it scared the hell out of me because I did not know where he was, and it was so scary.
Oh,
Only thing I do is
absolutely.
it plays in my head, like looking at all these crime shows and these crime things happening and stuff. It plays in my head constantly. What if I never would have found him? What would have happened? How would have it? It's a scary thing.
Yeah, but you can't beat yourself up over it because it's out of your control.
Well, I'd like to see change in the medical system.
Yeah, well,
I think there's a lot of stuff to change in the medical system, honestly. You know, every
well,
time I supposedly went to the doctor, supposedly that was signs of my MS, and they never caught it. It never got caught when I went to the ER, went to the doctors and stuff until
it
I went
never
to.
does in the beginning. It never does at all. So we can't change it. I mean, I wish we could. I really do. But
What they gave me for my neuropathy right now is the gabapentin. Penton.
that
I
is
can't
also,
say these two words.
it's gabapentin. It's also going to play with your brain as well.
Yeah, it knocks me out. Like it knocks me out. I have to do 4 pills a day, and I have to do 4 pills of this other stuff because of my acid reflux and gut issues, and then I have to do this other big pill. Oh my god, I have so many damn pills.
So do I. I've been on Lyrica and Cymbalta for my fibro for uh 15, 16 years now. That's what makes me be able to move my arms and legs. If I didn't have those, I would be bedridden.
Yeah, I'm hoping
So,
the thing they think the thing they think that's gonna hit me first more than anything is I'm gonna probably be blind.
really,
Yeah, because I have 6 lesions on my brain, and one of them is on my cerebral cortex or whatever that's called.
okay.
And basically, like, and I even went to an eye doctor, and they're like, "You have 20/20 vision and all this different crap." But so I started having issues at first when I got diagnosed. You know, I had the dizziness, and I was having spasms in my left side and left arm. And what happened was, this is why I start mainly why I stopped driving. Because yes, will lose feeling in my fingers and my hands, and sometimes I'll grab the steering wheel. I think I'm grabbing the steering wheel turn, but I'm not really grabbing it. I just feel like I'm grabbing it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like the phantom limb type theory, I guess. But
No, I
the
get it.
thing, yeah, the headaches. I started having headaches because of light. So like the light from going into the gas station or in a job, or when I walked into a store, the bright lights and then the
Mm-hmm.
sun would give me the major headache, and then I'll start seeing double and triple.
Yep.
So I started seeing double or triple, and I would think that there's 2 cars or 3 cars there. And then I'll see 2 signs. I'm like, oh my God, it's scaring the hell out of me. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to stop driving. So I myself stopped driving because of that type of stuff that was scaring me. But that's what was causing the issue. And so I told my neurologist at the time, because I've been through 5 neurologists now. I'm
Yeah.
waiting. Can't we'll see this next new one until the beginning of next year, January. I have to wait so damn long. But what happened is I'm sitting there. I forgot what I was talking about.
The lights and the headaches and seeing double vision.
Yeah, I forgot what I was getting to it, but
I'm the same way.
yeah. So I was just having issues. I stopped driving. And that's when they found they did a scan. So I had to get, course MRI with contrast and all this crap. They would
Mm-hmm.
always do it without contrast, and I would have to turn around and go back to do it with contrast. And even though I told them, hey, you have to do it with contrast because my neurologist is gonna take it without contrast. So they did it, and then they found the lesion on my cerebral cortex, and they said that's the thing that's going to cause you more issues. You have all the dizziness and all that stuff, and you're probably going to lose your eyesight if we can't slow the progression of it down. So they tried to get me on something, the shot. I forgot what it's called. Anyways, the shot,
For the
and
migraines?
no, for the MS to slow down the
Oh, all
progression of
right.
the MS. It's like called Copaxone.
Okay,
Copaxone.
yep.
They were going to put me in Copaxone shots, but my insurance won't cover it. So I was having issues. I lost my neurologist. You know, they always send you letters like, "Hey, they're going to be gone the next week," but they already left. And then you're like, "Okay, what do I do now?" and that's happened 3 times now.
Oh
And
God.
so I had to sit there and find a new neurologist to slow down the progression because I couldn't get the Copaxone. So another neurologist is like, we're not gonna do Copaxone. It has a lot of bad symptoms and all that stuff. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do infusion treatments. So they put me on what is it called? They put me on an infusion treatment. Uh I forgot what it's called.
I've
Anyways,
heard that works good.
yeah, no, yes and no. Like I would feel sick afterwards and stuff, and I would just get tired, fall asleep. But the problem was they slowly increased the dosage, right? So you can get more immune to it. You have to slowly go up.
Hmm.
And what happened was the last time, because I lost my neurologist again, and they canceled my treatment on it. So what happened was the last time I did it, it made me like I was slurring. I couldn't speak. I was slurring and I couldn't talk, even though I could picture in my head I want to say these words and stuff, and I couldn't say it. I was sounded like I was drunk. And then I have slip-on flip-flops that I have to use around the house. You just slide your foot in there. I couldn't figure out how to put them on, and it scared the hell out of me. But I didn't have a neurologist to tell about it until now. I have to wait until I see this neurologist in January and then tell him about it. But this stuff, damn, it's really popular stuff too.
Write it all down.
They sent me a message on Facebook. I had to talk to the CDC and stuff about what the symptoms,
Yeah.
and
Just
I
write
forgot
it all down in a notebook.
yeah, I tell my phone to do everything to make a list for me.
Oh, well, that's
Because I have a hard time typing on my phone and stuff. You know, everyone's texting and stuff. I can't even write because my hand spasms. I have a
Yeah.
hard time doing circles and stuff. It sucks so bad.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's horrible, and I know other people have it worse than me, especially MS patients. I know there are some that can't even walk.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't look unhealthy. I look for my age. I look really young too. It sucks so bad.
Yeah. That's it's horrible.
Yeah.
It sucks.
All right. Thank you for sharing everything that you're going through, Vibrant.
No problem. Thank you for listening.
So, thank you for being up on panel with us, Kelly.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank everybody in chat, you know, sharing what they're going through and being able to get what they're going through off their chest. I love doing this where people have a place where they can come and talk about what they're going through and how their day is, you know. So if you guys have any other ideas what we could do, you know, I want to keep this going, you know, having these open conversations. You know, I really think it helps when I open up the panel and people come up and actually talk and carry a conversation, because it gets people's different perspectives on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? How do I say it?
No, I agree. Thank you for having me up here.
Yes, and thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
And I'm glad I met you through Jet's mom.
Same here.
And I was, when I saw you pop in, I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
So, and you're always welcome.
Well, thank you. All right, I'm gonna jump down.
All right, you take it easy, Kelly.
All right, you too. Have
All
a
right.
good night, everybody.
Yeah, see
You
you
too.
later.
Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna jump on too. Thanks for having me on here, man.
Yeah, you too, Viper, and I'll see you later.
Okay, later.
Everybody, yes, and one day we'll come in and we'll talk about thyroidism, because that causes problems with mental health too. So, but I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Jennifer, hopefully I get you back up here one of these evenings. But I got another channel to go to after this one. Thank you guys. I love you guys. All things serious. Out.